What's up, guys? Welcome back to Nikki Reacts TV. It's your girl Nikki, and you are tuned into another reaction video. So good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, whatever time it is that you are tuned in. I hope you guys are doing well wherever you are on this beautiful planet. So we are at the end of the weekend. I hope everyone had some much needed me time, because after all, self-love is the best love. Tomorrow it's back to that routine, back to the grind, and I hope you all are refreshed and rejuvenated. And just a quick update, since many of you were asking how I'm doing in my last video. You guys, I'm doing wonderful. I'm doing great. I'm back to 100%, as well as my family. Thank you for always asking and for always being concerned. I swear I have the best subscribers ever. So if you are not subscribed to this channel, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe, all right? So let's just get into it. Well, like sands through the hourglass, so are the days of Tanya and Trees. We knew it was coming. Another one bites the dust. And it was only a matter of time. Like many before her, she ended up right where we knew she would, dumped in the Sarasota swamp with the rest of the bodies. So apparently these two fell out over egos, jealousy, and disrespect. We've heard the story from both sides, because both of them going back and forth. And if you missed it, just go to their channel so you can get caught up to speed. But the bottom line is, people come into Teresa's life with the expectations of being best friends to the end. She said it with her own mouth that she gets tired of people. We've seen how she's treated many people before Tanya. We've seen people come and go, and it's just too many to name. So what made Tanya think that she would be any different? Because she dropped her life at the drop of a dime to run to Teresa's every beck and call? Because she put Teresa before her job and her own family? At least that's what it looked like to us. Old girl don't give a fuck about none of that shit. She knew Tanya was thirsty to be around her. She been felt away about Tanya, in my opinion. But she used her to her advantage because she had nobody else around. Trance wasn't available and nowhere to be found. But the minute she was, it was only a matter of time for Tanya. You know, I think Trees has a lot of respect for Trance, because I think that Trees feels that Trance respects herself and her family, and that she's not going to come running every single time Trees calls her. See, she knew she could play with Tanya. She knew that. And I do think that Tanya was a good friend to her, but she was trying too hard to prove her loyalty, and sometimes that can be perceived as being fake and phony and just a bit clout chasey. I think Tanya's intentions were good, but I also think that a lot of her judgment was clouded because she was a super duper fan, and that's a slippery slope. I think Tanya may have been a bit jealous of the relationship between Treese and Trance, because it seemed like everything was cool between these two until Trance stepped into the picture. Treese started acting funny. She started treating Tanya a certain way, started talking to her in a certain way. I mean, this is coming from Tanya's mouth, but from my perspective, it seemed that she only started treating her this way until Trance walked into the picture. But listen, at the end of the day, Treese has gotten all the admiration that she could get out of Tanya, and threw her out like holiday leftovers, child. We tried to told you, Tanya. We tried to told you. But like many before you, this is only the beginning of the shit show. Because here comes the taunting, the subliminal posts, subliminal lives, the exposure. Oh, and you can say goodbye to that Facebook page. We tried to told you. Child, we tried to told you. So Tanya took to her live and said that she didn't do anything to Treese. And like I suspected, when Trance came around, you know, she's treating Tanya like shit. So Tanya then goes on to say that Treese was being, you know, rude, trying her, coming out the side of her neck, saying little shit, and doing petty things like dropping the garbage on the floor when the trash can was literally right next to her. So what she was doing was testing and provoking Tanya so that she can have a reason to get rid of her. And in my opinion, Trans is nothing more than an opportunist. You know, Trees is now trying to get her to 1,000K subscribers so that she can get on there and tell her side of the story. But when she was there, she didn't want to be involved and she had nothing to say, according to Tanya. But now that it's going to benefit her, she has a whole lot to say. And what's up with these niggas just ready to drop racks and stacks for her? No, don't get me wrong. She's not an ugly looking female. But she's not a baddie. She's not no Miss America the way niggas just want to come and just drop racks on that ass. So, there's some type of other activities that's probably going on. Like, you know, people doing something strange for a little change. Now, I don't know. Don't let me put that out there. I'm just saying, like, that's what it's giving. But anyway, let's get back to what Tanya was saying. So Tanya was saying that Trees was also talking about Shonda. Shonda, you really want her bunk bed? Girl, go to Walmart.com and get your little bunk bed set for like $235 or something like that. Don't be taking this person hand-me-downs, especially when I thought you had it like that. I thought you was balling on a budget. But let's get back to the topic. So Trees was talking about Shonda, one of her bunk beds. Trees was like, hell nah, she ain't getting shit. Because you over there still talking about my enemies. You're over there still promoting all of this mess and all of this drama, and you're still benefiting in some type of way, keeping my name in some bullshit. So Trees was like, fuck no, you ain't getting my bunk beds. But the point is, Trees doesn't care about none of you guys. She will talk shit about you. And I believe Tanya when she said that she talked shit about Trans to Tanya, because how would Tanya know that information? This woman does not know how to be a friend. She doesn't have a compassionate heart. She doesn't. Not when it comes to maintaining friendships. She's very two-faced, and we all have seen this multiple times for the world to see. Everyone has seen it. This is played out before our eyes, right? So we are not surprised by none of this shit. None of it. We were just waiting. We were just patiently waiting in the bushes, in the trees, in the forest, in the woods, out yonder, on the prairie, for the shit to unravel. And here we are. We tried to told you, sis. So many of you in the comments wanted to know if I really felt that she paid $22K for this surgery or if it was covered through her insurance. Now, being that this is my area of expertise, a lot of you know I'm in healthcare management, the revenue cycle side of things, you know, more on the corporate side of the healthcare industry. So I can actually answer this question. Now, I don't know her particular situation personally, but just speaking broadly and overall, insurance companies will not typically pay for an elective surgery unless it is deemed medically necessary. I know a while back in some of her videos, she said that she had Care Source. That's a Medicaid replacement plans, and they typically do not cover elective surgeries. Again, I don't know her situation. Every person is different. I do know with that plan, they do have, even though it's a Medicaid replacement policy, they do have premiums and co-insurances and things of that nature. So it's not straight Medicaid. So who knows? Maybe that company did deem it medically necessary and was willing to cover a portion of it, but I think that's very unlikely. So do I believe she paid the $22K? It's possible. Do I believe that it cost that amount? I do. She didn't just have a straight tummy tuck. You know, she had multiple things done to her. She did have the 360 lipo, and she did have the muscle reconstruction. So it's possible that she did pay $22K. Now, she did have the physician on the live who didn't specify that it was exactly that amount, but he did indicate that it was somewhere in that ballpark range. So there you have it. Whether she paid it or whether she didn't, she had the surgery done. I thought the surgery was very neat looking, like I said in the last video. How do I feel about her body overall? I don't feel like the tummy tuck aligns with the rest of her body. You have this bigger upper portion, and then this gets smaller in the middle, and then you have another bigger bottom portion on the bottom. So I don't feel that it aligns with her body type. But if we're talking specifically about the tummy tuck itself, then yes, the tummy tuck did look good. Now, that does not change the way I feel about this person. This does not change the way I view her as a person, given her past and her history and the things that she has done. But if we're talking just straight what my opinions are about her surgery, this is my opinions about her surgery. So never get it twisted, y'all. Never get it twisted. Y'all know the vibes, all right? And with that being said, we are going to close out. Stay tuned for part 2 of this video. It may be dropping tonight, but if not, definitely catch it tomorrow at 1 p.m. because we are going to address the wounded animal plus more. All right, so be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. Like, stop what you're doing and hit that thumbs up. All right, comment down below. Let's get that comment section popping. I'm always reading the comments. Y'all know y'all can catch me in the comments during the video, after the video. Holla at your girl. All right, and if you are not subscribed to this channel, then what are you even doing? Smash that subscribe, become a part of the fam, and I will see you beautiful people in the next video. All right, until then, I love you guys. Bye.